Okay, for tonight's homework, I'm going to have you, hopefully on a piece of paper, I'm going to have you do these 4 main constructions. Hopefully you have a compass. I want you to write down the 5 words to show me that you listened to this. So here we go. I need you to know how to do a line bisector, how to take a line segment, cut it in half at a perpendicular angle, 90 degree, perpendicular bisector. So again, the key is to take your compass and make sure you stretch it with a point at one end of your line segment. You want to go over half. This is under half. That would be no good. Go just over half the length of that line segment right there. And then with that pointer still on that end, you're going to swing a long arc. Try to do at least a half a circle. Then you're going to pick up the compass, not changing its size. Do not change its size, but put the tip on the other end of your line segment and swing another arc, another half circle, blue, blue. And then take your straight edge and through these 2 connecting points, draw a line straight down. Don't blow it. Don't stop at the end. Take your ruler, draw your line straight through those points. Get full credit. So when I draw my line through it, I can see that it cuts that line segment in half at a 90 degree angle. Perpendicular bisector. I need you to also know how to do an angle bisector. Second word, dog. Dog. Angle bisector. Take your compass, put the tip at the very end of the angle and stretch it out just around half and draw a nice solid arc that connects both those lines. So I'm going to draw an arc in blue. Those are 2 important points right there. Know that. Take my compass without changing its size. Just move its location. Put the tip right here where those 2 arcs intersect, or that line and that arc intersect, and swing another half circle. Make sure again the compass size is not changing, only the location of the tip. Pick up the tip off the paper, put it on this other location here where that arc crossed the line down here. Draw another half circle, and then through the end of that angle, through that intersecting point right there in red where those 2 arcs intersect, draw a line. That will be a angle bisector going right through the middle of that angle. Don't stop. Draw your line. When you draw your line, you can see that it has that angle cut in half. It doesn't matter if you go outside back here, that's fine. Just as long as you extend it through that red spot right there. Extend it through. Again, angle bisector, cut in half. All right, the last 2 are constructing a parallelogram and constructing a square in a circle. This one is the most important one of all. It is complex. Horse, horse. So for this one, I'm going to draw a parallelogram, a line through here that's parallel to the one underneath it. And I'm going to draw another line through here that's parallel to this side one over here. You get a parallelogram, 2 pairs of parallel sides. So for this, I take my compass. I need a measurement mark. I'm going to take my compass, and underneath that point on this upper line, I'm going to draw an arc of a circle here. And you can see that arc is just underneath that dot. You don't want to go bigger than that dot. And then I'm going to pick up my compass, not changing its size, and move the tip, not right here like that last one, but up here at that dot. And I'm going to draw a circle through those. Now I'm going to pick up my compass and take an actual measurement. Sometimes you got to change the size of the compass to make it measure this opening right here. You got to change and move your compass, and sometimes you got to move it bigger. Sometimes you got to shrink it smaller to match this exactly. To see if it does match it, you could swing that little arc to see if you've matched that size perfect. Yes, I did. Now I pick up my compass without changing its size and move the tip right up here where that red one is intersecting that black line. Move the tip right up here where my pointer is pointing. So with it that size exactly, the tip past the point, right here where those intersected, I swing another arc. And you can see my straight line going this way is going to go through that, from that point through where those two are intersecting. That's going to be my straight line for the top. Now I need to repeat this angle. So I'm going back to my original measurement, that one in red. I might have to change my compass a little bit to match that original red one. And then I move over, put the pointer on the dot, and swing another little arc that again matches the size of these two red ones, those two reference ones. Then I go back and re-measure the angle. That's important. Re-measure. Make sure I take my compass and make sure it measures that opening exactly. Sometimes you got to open it up, sometimes you got to close it. Whatever you need to do to get it exact. And then once I have that exact size, I'm going to take it and move the tip right here where that black line intersects that red arc. So I'm going to take my compass, move the tip right here on the black line, not on the dot. We're done with that. Past that, you want to go right here to this red line. So you can see I'm going to move it past that dot to this spot right here, and I'm going to swing an arc around on this backside here to see it overlap this red arc right here. That is going to be the mark where this line is going to come through that black dot, through that intersection. That's where this line is going to be. So now I just take my ruler from that dot through that intersection zone. I'm going to draw a line best I can. Sometimes you might have to fudge it a little bit and move the ruler a tiny little bit to get that pure, straight, parallel look. You can see this one dips down a tiny little bit. I could have fudged it a little bit better. And then I take this and I take my ruler from that dot through these two, straight through. Again, I have to adjust my ruler a little bit. Draw your line through them, and then make sure you label that last point. There it is, parallelogram. Know that one really well. That one's important. All right, last one. Square in a circle. Black, black. All right, to do a square in a circle, take the middle of the circle, draw a line from end to end. Draw the diameter of the circle, connecting the ends of the circle, the edges, straight through the middle. And again, you might want to make sure your line doesn't go outside the circle. I'm going to redo that a little bit. That is the diameter. A line straight through the center of the circle, diameter all the way across. Radius is from the middle of the circle to the outside. That's the radius. So again, I take my compass, and what I'm going to do here, after I've drawn my diameter straight through the middle, straight through that dot, I'm going to do the perpendicular bisector of this line, and that will give me the four parts that connect my square. So again, back to perpendicular bisector. Make sure your compass is just over half, and I'm going to take that and draw my two arcs. So draw my arc on top and draw my arc on the bottom. So draw an arc here, half circle. Pick up the compass without changing the size. Just move the tip to the other end of this line segment you're cutting in half at a 90-degree angle. Draw your other half circle. And then you're going to draw a line straight through the middle and then straight through these intersecting arcs right here. That's going to be the other part of the square. So I take my ruler best I can, connect it right through the middle and right through the intersection zone of those arcs. And then I could see that the 4 parts of my square are made by the blue line and the black line. I just need to now use my straight edge to connect those 4 corners to get that square. So I connect that corner with my straight edge. Just going to skip ahead a little bit. Connect this corner with the straight edge. Get my ruler back. Gives that part of the square. Trying to get it just right. And then I connect the other 2 parts of my square. And then the last part of my square. You can see that's a circle with a square that's been inscribed in it, or constructing a square inside a circle. White. White. Alright, so hopefully you listened to those words, wrote them down. Hopefully you wrote these constructions with your own compass or my loaned out compass. Turn this work in on paper tomorrow. Good luck.